Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about online buyers and online sellers, and kindly ignore the noise in the background. I mean, it's a holiday, you guys. It's a holiday. We can't even get some silence in. So yeah. So first we'll start with the online buyers. Online buyers, the first thing is they order something. When they order something, there's someone who's supposed to be delivering. So this person that's supposed to be delivering, on the way to delivery, say for example the delivery is on Thika Road, so they'll start calling you when they've just left the CBD to head to Thika Road. They call a client. My god, someone calls a client, you call a client, they ignore your call, ignore your call completely, and then at the end of the day, that's when the client actually called you and tells you, oh, I didn't see any call. I mean, seriously, you start wondering, you didn't see any call. So at least online buyers at least try to be a bit more kind, in the sense that when someone calls you to deliver, at least you respond to the call. Even if you want, it's better to receive the call and cancel your order so that the guy then come all the way to deliver, other than not picking your call at all. Not picking your call is really not cool. So that's the first thing with online buyers. The second thing with online buyers is that when they order for something and then it gets to them. So when you order for something, that means that you like the product, and when you tell someone to deliver all the way to where you are, then definitely there's a delivery fee that you guys agreed before even the delivery is made. So the item is delivered to where you are. As soon as the person gets there, you try it on, and you're like, oh no, I don't like how it looks on me, or no, it didn't look the way I expected it to look. That's okay, not a problem at all. But now the problem comes in when they're told to pay the delivery charges. Because I mean, someone came from point A all the way to point B to deliver your item. So they tell you to pay for delivery charges, and you're like, no, I can't pay for something I haven't bought. It makes you wonder, really, when you start saying that you can't pay for something you haven't bought, you shouldn't have ordered in the first place. If you know that you're going to have someone come from all the way just to bring something for you to say you're not going to pay for delivery for something you didn't buy. Another thing with online buyers is that someone orders for something and then it's delivered to their doorstep. As soon as it's delivered, then they're like, oh, I'll send cash later. So you're like, okay, first, when you're ordering for the item, you did not specify that you were not going to be able to pay for the item immediately. Because if you'd have specified that you're going to pay for the item later, then the seller would have had an option whether to deliver or not, whether they're going to be patient for you to deliver or not. So when you didn't communicate beforehand, you start saying you'll pay later, and then someone then have an option, because I mean, they've already delivered the item, so for them to leave the item there is a bit difficult, because you think for them to go back with the item is difficult, because that's actually a loss for the seller. So you just tell yourself, fine, sawa, you'll send me the money later. So you go. Now the other problem comes when you're following up for payments. I mean, some online buyers can really frustrate you. It reaches in the evening, you contact a client, kindly send the cash. Okay, I'm sending now. At night, please remember to send me the cash. I'm sending now. 24 hours, you've slept, you've woken up, as in evening passed and morning came. Yeah, you've woken up, you tell a client, please send me the cash. As basically, it's just frustrating for a seller to follow up a client on payment that really you're thinking, if in a different scenario where this client would have gone to say a store in town or wherever to buy, they'd have actually paid cash. But when it comes to you, online seller, they actually take advantage. I've never really understood why some online buyers take advantage of online sellers when they are delivering. That's that. And another thing is with online buyers, you buy an item, so when this item is delivered to you, you take it. You didn't see anything, you just confirmed receipt of the item, which is very good. So the seller goes on, moves on with their lives, continues selling, and then boom, they have new stock. So all of a sudden, when they have new stock, you hear a client telling you, the dress I bought from you didn't fit me, I'd like to switch. What? 3 weeks later is when a seller has just realized that a dress didn't fit. Shh. Shh. These kids, Matiangi, seriously. Hey, Ivan, I'm working. Matiangi again. Schools are closed. So yeah, this client tells you, oh, the cloth didn't fit me. You're thinking 3 weeks later is when it's convenient for you to actually communicate and tell me that the cloth didn't fit you. In my head, I'm wondering, okay, seriously, what do you mean the cloth didn't fit you? Is it just because you've seen another item that you want to switch with and you don't want to pay for the new item? And another thing, even as a seller, you're here wondering, I don't know whether the item has been used already. I mean, you stayed with it for 3 weeks already. You never communicated that it didn't fit you, it didn't do anything. So I just knew the deal was okay and you are a satisfied client. So it's really not also fair when it comes to the seller and a client behaves like that. Yes. So well, I think enough with the online sellers. So I hope at least online sellers can try and be at least just a bit fair when they're ordering stuff online, because sometimes I usually feel like online sellers don't actually realize that online buyers don't realize that when you're buying something from someone online, probably that's actually the main hassle, as in they don't have any other source of income, so they really take their hassle seriously. So when you start taking it as a joke, such that you pay whenever you feel comfortable with you, or you take an item and or you refuse to be called, so really sometimes it's really frustrating for an online seller. So on to the sellers. Yes. Now, the first thing about online sellers is, one, some online sellers are actually not patient. Patient in the sense that you tell a seller, do you have this item in red? Yes, I have it in red. Okay, kindly send me the picture. They're like, okay, you get a picture. Um, and do you have it in blue as well? And the response you get is, we have it in all colors. Thinking, you have it in all colors. Yeah, I know. I asked specifically blue. So some online sellers are really rude when they respond to clients, and that just dismisses the client. I mean, when a client was going to buy something, you're just like, stay with all the colors. I don't even want. Yeah. Another thing with online sellers is missizing stuff. Like, say for example, I ordered for a pair of shoe. I ordered a shoe which was size 40. When the shoe gets delivered, you're trying the shoe out and you're like, it's actually a size 41. So you're thinking, hi, I ordered for a size 40, but you delivered a size 41. Now, this person is like, oh, okay, we don't have a size 40 at the moment. You're like, so who told you I wanted a 41, and who told you my feet is going to expand overnight and fit into the 41? I mean, if you don't have an item, I believe it's just kind enough to communicate with a buyer that I don't have it at the moment, but I'm going to have it, say, in a week or two. So it's really just fair to communicate in total honesty and tell the client, no, I don't have the item at the moment, so please order maybe in a week or two. Just tell the client instead of delivering what really wasn't ordered by the client. Another thing with online sellers is that you can order for something, say today, and they tell you they'll deliver tomorrow. So tomorrow you actually sit and wait for the item to be delivered. You wait, 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 no communication, no nothing. So in the evening you actually communicate to the seller and you're like, hi, you were supposed to deliver something to me, and then they're like, oh, I wasn't around today, I'll deliver tomorrow. You're like, what? So I told you to deliver today, and we had an agreement, that you'll deliver. So what makes you think that I actually have time to sit around and wait for you to deliver when it's convenient with you? You know, sometimes you actually sit and wonder what is wrong with some online sellers. Yes. And another thing is, say, some online sellers, say for example you're actually selling Tumba clothes. Yes. So you have a certain item. Instead of taking the actual photo, you actually download a photo online. Yes, it's the exact same item. Jesus, did I just say exact? Okay, sorry. Exact. It's the exact same item, but still, if it's preferably most likely in Tumba, why do you have to download the photo from online and then post it? Because when you're posting it from online, it actually looks very new, extremely new. So when you order the item and it's delivered, you didn't see the actual photo, but you just saw the downloaded photo. You see the actual cloth and you're like, it even has flaps. It looks kind of funny. So basically the thing didn't look like it looked when you saw it on the photo. So online sellers not posting really the actual photo of the item that you have also messes up a client, because you're like, now I have to buy this because I have to be kind enough to, or to buy, since I mean it just makes sense. Yes. Yeah. um Another thing with some online sellers is that mostly the online sellers who are not based in your region, say you're based in, say, Nairobi, and your client is based in Mombasa. So you order something and the client pays for the item. So when you deliver the item to the dispatch company, you don't even bother to send the client a copy of the receipt. So just the client just has to sit there and wait, wait. The next day, take themselves to the shipping agent and start asking, was it delivered? So you don't even bother sending a copy of the receipt to the client. So the client doesn't even know whether what time you actually sent that. So the client didn't even know when the time exactly you delivered, because you see, when it's a client outside Nairobi, um the time that you actually dispatch is going to tell the client what time to expect their parcel to arrive. So some online sellers really don't even bother sending the client the receipt. So it's, they'll only just tell you, yeah, I sent it. That's after you've asked them, like, I sent it, and it's upon you to actually um figure out what time it was sent. So that's really not kind for some online sellers. Now, another point I've just remembered about online buyers is that some of the online buyers, see, you're not based in Nairobi or wherever, where, for example, you're not based where the seller is based. So you order for something. When you order for something, you tell the client, I can't pay you until I receive the item. So you're wondering, as a seller, so I send my item all the way to a different city, county, and I can't even trace you after that. So you send an item, and then when they receive the item, you're like, did you receive the item? And they're like, oh no, not yet, I'll send. And you've sent items before as a seller, so you actually know they've received the item. So you're really wondering, it's not even kind, it's frustrating to a seller to start following up again on a payment on a client, more so who is not even in Nairobi or within your region as a seller. So that's also another thing. And yeah, so I think for online sellers and buyers, really, we should just try and be kind enough, such that at least let's make it easier for both parties to be able to deliver and order for both parties. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification posts. Please like, share, and yeah. Until my next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye.